6:34 right now. Skyline's second segment is going to be open for riders starting next week, Thursday.
That's why Honolulu Mayor Rick Blangiardi joining us live in studio. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Grace. Good morning. You guys look great.
Oh.
I have to tell you.
Thanks, Rick.
Tell us something we don't know, Mayor.
Oh, come on, Steve. You know, I thought he would have lost some of that vanity by now, Grace.
No. You become more of yourself as you get older.
Yeah.
No, we wanted to talk more about this segment.
Sure.
So this
So
is
do
the
I.
old Aloha Stadium through the airport to Kalihi, correct?
Well, we're going to add 5.2 miles, 4 stops, okay? And so we're able to go from Aloha Stadium now past 2 gates at Pearl Harbor and the airport, and then all the way into Middle Street. But Lagoon Drive will be an important key turnaround point for us, because from there, for the first time now, we didn't really do this out of Aloha Stadium. We're going to be able to run an express bus service. So one of the things that we've done since we opened up in 23 over the last couple of years, we didn't focus on ridership. What we focused on was the ongoing operation and the continued construction, because we wanted to get to these destinations. Candidly, Aloha Stadium falling into disrepair didn't help matters, but it also wasn't really a convenient spot, because getting out of there with the bus service was not the same. And, fundamentally, when you build a transit system, you want to take people where they want to go. So there's a lot of confidence now about being able to take people to their places of employment, both at Pearl, the airport, and people, for that matter, traveling. The big thing that we haven't really talked about in so many ways, and there's so many different benefits to this, is the efficiency of this. Now that we've been operating for a couple of years, I said we focus on operations. This is an autonomous system run all by computers or whatever. It's a 99.84% accuracy. So those trains come right on time. If you miss one, there'll be one. There's a reader board there in 8 minutes, 7 minutes, whatever the amount of time you miss by. But one of the real big benefits I think people can anticipate, it's going to take, right now, it's been 23 minutes to Aloha Stadium. It's 4 minutes more, 27 minutes to Makalapa, to Pearl Harbor, and then 5 minutes from there to Pearl Harbor. So now, to the airport. So now you can get from East Kapolei to the airport in 32 minutes, save all the parking, all the cost savings, and the hassle, quite honestly, of just doing that, getting to the airport. So there's so many different things here. And one of the things that we're really excited about is that we talk so much about building this from west to east, and a lot of talk has been about the people traveling that way. But really, one of the real great benefits to this is the accuracy and the certainty of getting home on time. And what you can predict.
And one of the things we've been talking about for years, for decades, since the project began, was whether it would go past Ala Moana, head out to UH, where I think it might serve a lot more people. Is that still on the table, or even going
Everything
out
is on
further
the table.
west?
No, look, this is historic, Steve. This second segment is going to create the credibility, as well as the fact now the construction is coming into town, and we'll be there in 5 years. So it's going to manifest itself in different ways. The narrative has already changed. I was the 4th mayor to touch this project. I can tell you, the year before I got into office, doing all those Zoom calls, everybody was complaining about rail. Since that time, and even despite the fact we've had low ridership, the narrative has changed. The FTA is back as a construction partner. They're very pleased. We're opening this one absolutely on time. And the fact that we're able to do this now, and we're going to build ridership. You'll start to hear Skyline always on time. That certainty is really going to add a lot to the quality of people's lives. So our goal is to build 25,000 riders a day on this next segment. Ultimately, by the time we get to downtown, 85,000. As we begin this second segment, the City Council is putting through a resolution, so we keep all our plans in place to start to talk about what will be the next phase, the second phase. Okay, and that, I believe, will at least go to Ala Moana, and certainly much deeper into the west side where people live. This is going to be transformative. Now is the time. For all the talk that's gone on with rail, we were really able to do that with the first segment. This second segment is a game changer, and people will begin to see it, and we're going to do everything we can to drive ridership. So a lot of cost savings. Young families now maybe only have to have one car. The other thing I want to say, everybody who lives out on the west side, they have to resign themselves to that commute, and they know that. And with that commute, not only comes time, but uncertainty, as we all know. And I've done it so many times out there during rush hours on both directions, saying all the time to myself, because I live in town, well, I don't know how people do this every day. This is a real game changer for them, and it's cost efficient. There's no added cost. It's the same as riding a bus. You'll be able to get on. You can get a monthly pass for less than the price of a gallon of a tank full of gas. I mean, when people start to do the math on this and recognize the efficiency, but the biggest thing is quality of life, time saver. And look, I've been riding on it lately, just as we got ready, because I was curious about it. we have to expose this problem. I think once people start to do it and they see the efficiency, the certainty, the economic benefits, it's a game changer. I'm excited. I'm excited for the people on this island because this has been a burden to bear, if you will, because it suffered from a lot of negative publicity for a lot of years. And quite honestly, we've just taken the shots even since I've been in office, even though we've got everything going. We got the first leg open, we got the FTA back to the table, we've done successful construction. But this one here is where I think you really begin to see people riding it and talking very positively and see how it's changed their lives.
Mm-hmm. I got to ask you, Rick, I want to switch gears a bit.
Yeah.
We know there's been a lot of talk about the permitting process, and this is, that predated you, I know.
No, it's okay. It's what we took on.
Yeah, and it's been a couple of months, so there's a lot of people still frustrated that it's not fully up and running.
Well,
and
you know what? I remember the
efficient.
integration systems we did here too. I went through a lot of iterations of different, technology integration. This was a big system that we changed from 1998. Candidly speaking, the company that we hired had some missteps as well. I've now since been with the CEO. We're in a mode with them called hypercare. There's a lot going on. I promised everybody, we've promised everybody as a team, I'm confident that by the end of this fall, we said by year's end, things are going to be a lot better. They already are a lot better. I mean, what we've been able to do at DPP, everybody told me could not be done. Mm-hmm. All right, I was told you might as well blow it up. It was the holy grail. What we've been able already to do with the embrace of AI and other technologies, hiring more people, qualified people, this technology now getting integrated, I'm confident. Nothing goes off perfectly, especially when you're talking about, think about 1998. 1998 was 9 years before the iPhone even got introduced. Think about that technology, and that's what our employees were working with. To do the kind of transformation that we're going through, knowing full well you need a workforce to come along with it, and even though we've spent all that time planning and whatever, there's going to be some hiccups. I'm confident we know the path forward. People need a little bit of patience, and it's already a lot better. So it gets better. You want to talk about anything else like that? I'll be happy to talk to you about it, because I know we took on the wicked problems. Yeah. Rail was just one of them. DPP was another. What we're doing in housing, what we're doing with our homeless situation, just across the board. I'm really proud of our team.
Yeah. We're out of time, Rick. But
okay, well,
we cover all these issues.
Well, look, I mean, I'm happy to be with you guys. I feel really confident. I don't get a chance to tell the public this, but just have confidence. People we have hired, people that are doing what they're doing, whether it's rail or DPP, they know what they're doing. They're committed, and we've got a great game plan, and we will execute.
Excellent. All right. Thank you, Mayor. We appreciate it.